Founded in 2003 by Will Horton, Paul, and Steve Scher, Phoenix Games BV were a self-described super-budget publisher that aimed to release a deluge of low-priced titles for the PlayStation 2, Nintendo DS, PC and Wii, presumably in an attempt to get as much of a return on tiny investments as possible. Most of the games are rated 3+ by PEGI, which probably was to the benefit of their target demographic, everyone. They claim to have distributed to less mainstream game outlets like convenience stores and newsagents to increase exposure on their releases. At one point, they had a UK subsidiary based in Leicester. The company's titles took only around 3 to 5 months to develop. Phoenix Games often made interactive versions of cartoons produced by Dingo Pictures, with minigame collections that typically included card games, arcade games, jigsaw puzzles, among others, using titles and themes similar to Disney franchises. They were able to get around copyright infringement, most probably due to their relative obscurity in comparison to more high-profile intellectual property infringement cases. In addition, they would release their games to other consoles with the same features, and create, quote, sequels, for newer consoles. For example, Midas released a PS1 game called The Dalmatians, which were re-released by Phoenix Games on the same consoles as Dalmatians 2, then as Dalmatians 3 on the PS2, and Dalmatians 4 on Nintendo DS and Wii. Little is known about how exactly things turned out, but Phoenix Games appeared to have suddenly declared bankruptcy in 2009. The ultimate fate of their 6-man team, and whether they went on to new ventures in the game industry, is unknown. The Code Monkeys, along with British developer Aqua Pacific, is probably the most known developer of Phoenix Games titles. The Code Monkeys was based in Dewsbury, England, and founded in February 1988 by Colin Hogg, Mark Kirby, and Elliot Gay. The company went on to develop games for home computers as far back as the ZX81 and video game consoles such as the Mega Drive and the original PlayStation. In January 2010, the company scaled back its development team because of production needs and predictions for the year ahead. In February 2011, shareholders of the company decided to wind down the company, which was effective 2 weeks later. Their last game seems to have been Manic Monkey Mayhem, released for the PlayStation 3, PSP, Wii and PlayStation Vita. Dingo Pictures was a German animation company founded in 1992 by Ludwig Ickert and Roswitha Haas, and based in Friedrichsdorf. They created traditionally animated films based on fairy tales and concepts similar to those used by Disney, Pixar and DreamWorks. These cartoons are characterized by low-budget animation, small voice cast, and character designs that are very similar to equivalent characters in more high-profile films. The films have been dubbed into Scandinavian languages, notably Swedish, and also into Romance languages, notably Italian. All of them have been released direct to video in Germany in their original languages. On May 26, 2021, the independent label Vier Stern Deluxe Records announced that it is negotiating with the current owners of Dingo Pictures to release the films as radio plays. The new CEO also wants to make new films and a documentary behind the studio. In August 2021, the first radio play released.
Animal Soccer World followed the standard Phoenix Games template of a game containing a cartoon and an assortment of mini-games. The game was originally released on PS1 as Animal Football, with the mini-games consisting of slide puzzles and coloring activity. The PS2 release also added a concentration-like card matching game and some jigsaw puzzles to the title. The half-hour cartoon, made by Dingo Pictures and first released in 1998 as Das unglaubliche Fußballspiel der Tiere, revolves around a city inhabited by animals. Because nothing exciting is happening, the animals start a soccer match. The two teams who shall compete are named the Wild Dogs and the Jungle Kings. The cartoon is notable for being a bit of a crossover between Dingo's other animated films, due to featuring many of the animal characters from their previous works. The audio in the cartoon is out of sync with the visuals, even more so than in other English-language versions of Dingo Pictures cartoons. All of the voice acting was done by one person, and very rarely do his lines correspond to the mouth movements of the characters.
Hey Samson, have you already heard about the soccer game?
Of course. Everybody's talking about it.
Fabulous! That means there will be a lot of spectators. And so that means that you have to make a lot of candy for them.
I'm going to make the sweetest and best candy you ever tasted before.
The cartoon is, quote, based on a segment in the Disney 1971 film, Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. The game has become infamous for its poor quality, and is considered by many one of the worst games of all time.
Attention, attention, ladies and gentlemen, did you see it? Of course you didn't see it, because you can only hear me. Okay, listen carefully. There is an undescribable chaos. More and more animals are coming this way. You can hear the sirens. Ambulance, police, fire department.
But Harry, what are you talking about?
Yeah, well...
But where is the ambulance? And the police? And I don't hear any sirens also.
You are right, you can't hear them. I'm just practicing, in case something really happens.
But what is supposed to happen?
Something that even scares the dog.
Excuse me?
I wasn't talking about you, but ever since I've been a reporter, nothing happens. And when nothing happens, I can't report anything.
I see. That is hard.
For weeks, I've been running from one end to another. It's everywhere the same.
What's the same everywhere?
It's everywhere the same of nothing happened.
Yeah, it's the same old song.
Yeah, bad news. A group of hooligans is on their way.
Oh no, that was just what we're missing. A group of hooligans. Hey, you! How do we get to the area where the fans of the Wild Dogs are standing?
Why Wild Dogs? I thought we were for the Jungle Kings.
Yeah, you maybe. I stand with the Wild Dogs. What's going on? Who do we have here? You. You guys are going into Area S, and if you're making one wrong move, I will eat you. You old dictator!
Prizes Wamu and gets the ball. Good job, Sasha. Run, 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 run.
And there is Jacko. Jacko the attacker. And he stops Sasha with a fearless tackle. He gets the ball and puts it back in front.
We zijn er met z'n allen, we hebben een fijne tijd. We gaan een beetje ballen, het wordt een hele mooie strijd. Geen geklaag, gemopper, we maken alleen maar jol. Dit wordt een echte topper, wie maakt het eerste goal? Honden, leeuwen, katten, olifanten en de mier. Gaan wat gat van tanden en maken veel plezier. En als er straks het fluitje klinkt, doen alle dieren mee. Niemand maakt meer ruzie, iedereen is weer tevreden.
Cartoon Kingdom does not include the usual cartoon. It only contains the standard minigames found on other similar Phoenix games. The minigames feature characters from other titles, such as Animal Soccer World and Son of the Lion King. The game includes 5 games, such as Character Dresser, Dot-to-Dot Picture, Simon Says, Pairs, and Block Swap. No background music are played during games or the title screen. Just dead silent. Apart from beeps and bops sound effects. The Countryside Bears, released as Winky the Little Bear on the PS1 port and American DVD release, and Teddy the Little Bear on the Kids Play DVD, follow the usual game content and cartoon video template. The cartoon revolves around Teddy and me, who are stuck in a tree after a storm hit their forest. The animated cartoon is, as usual, a mockbuster produced by Dingo Pictures. The cartoon is intended as a rip-off of Disney's 2002 American family musical comedy film, The Country Bears.
Yes, I was out for a walk and I thought, I wonder what Teddy, Weena, Yodel and Pat are up to.
Yodel is practicing yodeling, and he's quite good at it.
Yodel, yoo, yodel, yoo, yodel, yoo.
It's up ahead.
What's up ahead?
The trap.
But that's just a hole.
It's a very big hole. The hole is the trap.
Big enough for a small bear.
Or a raccoon.
And for a little kangaroo.
So what do we do now?
We could pretend that we don't see the trap and just walk by it. That's a good idea. Let's look up in the air and pretend there's nothing there.
Oh, great, because I'm not allowed to look up in the air when I hop.
Well, you're allowed today.
Oh, lovely weather today.
Yes, the sun is shining brightly.
Child murderer! Child murderer!
Hey, this is fun! Child murderer!
The birds wailed so loudly that all the animals came running.
Bubble has killed our baby!
I knew it would come to this one day. Yeah.
Child murderer!
Shoot-shoot-dee-dop-dee-doo, I am there with you. Standing round the woods tonight and I never wear my shoe. Shoot-dee-dop-dee-doo-dee-da, shoot-dee-doo-dee-da-da. Oh-dee-doo-dee-doo-dee-da-dee-da-da.